We're previewing Week 8 in the NFL here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Right now we're going to take a look at the big game in London between New England and the Rams. We're going to preview it with Stephen O, professional NFL handicapper from AccuScore.com. Stephen, thanks for coming back to us this week.
Thank you.
Stephen, I've been reading some of the comments on the YouTube videos that you do with us. You are, without a doubt, one of the most polarizing handicappers out of all the handicappers we have. Some guys love you, which not that many people love any of the handicappers, and some guys, somewhat inexplicably, really hate you and think you're a scammer.
You know, I'm not sure what I'm scamming about because, you know, if you go to our service, you know, we charge $50 a month, and if you pay for the annual, it's half that price. If you use the SBR discount, it's, you know, $20 a month. And you know, most people sell picks for, you know, $50, you know, for a single pick. So we include all of our leagues. So even if I'm scamming you at a rate around 0.001 cents per pick.
But even beyond that, I mean, the commentary you've given has always been at least reasonably smart, and your picks have overall been winning. So it's like, I don't understand. But let's read. This one guy has it really out for you. Kev09161978. This is what he wrote on your last video, Green Bay, which was a winner, by the way. He wrote, I don't mind Steven being bad. I mind that he pretends that he is smart. He has a whiteboard behind him with all these mathematical chicken scratch behind him, obviously trying to look smart. Yeah.
Is this my brother? Because he always said I was a moron because I wasn't the valedictorian in my high school. I was only like ranked like 5th. So it could be him.
Unbelievable.
It could also be a guy that my wife might have dated a few years ago. But you know.
All I have to say is, all that gibberish on the whiteboard behind you, you're not fooling anyone, okay? So drop the act.
Business partners whiteboard, and he isn't smart, so I'm pretty sure.
Right. Then you do have the people who like you. D Kaiser 83, he writes, Stephen O is great. That was so funny. The people who are haters just like they go on for paragraphs and paragraphs. The people who like you will just be like, I like this guy. And that's all.
You know, I think it's funny because you know you're a moron often by half a point in this business. You know, like one of our strong picks from last week was Chicago covering 6.5, and anyone who watched that game saw a couple. You know, I mean, certainly Chicago had benefited from red zone turnovers, but in the end, Detroit got that late touchdown, lost by only 6, and all of a sudden we were morons. Despite being right for 59 minutes of the game.
Right. No, I mean, I think that the final comment by this guy, Kev, that I'm going to read here pretty much says it all. Last week, of course, you picked Green Bay in the video, and I also, because you kept on picking the Bengals, so I asked you quickly about the Steelers-Bengals game. You said you liked the Steelers, and he wrote, no legit professional is on Green Bay or the Steelers this week. Everything he says is wrong. Except, of course, both those picks won. So
a lot of our competition doesn't like us. You know, we have guys at certain. A lot of times, Vegas sports books and stuff like that will threaten my business partner primarily about, don't ever see you guys here. You have a crappy casino anyway, so I probably won't go there anyway.
All right. Well, everything that you said up until last week was wrong, but so I do want to congratulate you for finally saying 2 things right, Green Bay and the Steelers last week. Must be a wonderful feeling. All right, let's get down to football. New England and the Rams. This, of course, game being played in London, neutral field. The Rams are a 7-point underdog. You know, I'm looking, and this is obviously not the Patriots team of a few years ago where they would just go 13-3, 14-2 or whatever. Most of their games wind up being close, and the Rams are not a good team, but they did move the ball last week against the Packers. They did get lit up by Aaron Rodgers, no question. Their pass defense is very suspect, and that looms large with Tom Brady coming in. But just in general, New England's games have been close. The Rams are moving the ball against teams, so I'm thinking the Rams +7 might be the play here. What do you like?
Well, I'm actually taking the Patriots.
Oh, okay.
And, first, our simulations have Patriots covering around 58% of the time. And with that 7-point line, there is a high probability of a push here. So, we have the Rams covering just 39% of the time. But I understand why, you would like the Rams. But I kind of, again, using a lot of the same logic I used last week in the Green Bay situation was the Rams just don't seem to score above 20 points.
Right.
They did that against Washington when Washington lost their 2 best defensive players in the first quarter, and they did it against Detroit in Week 1 when Matt Stafford had 3 interceptions in the first half. But barring the 18% of the time in our simulations where Tom Brady has 2 or more interceptions, I don't see the Rams putting up over 20 against even the relatively suspect, very mediocre Patriots defense.
Right.
On the flip side, the Patriots, Yeah, they have struggled against two other NFC West teams, and I'm going against what I normally say is, what are the odds of them doing a third NFC West team? But the Patriots, for all their struggles, are a 30-point per game team. The Rams are a good defense, or improving defense. Yeah, I could definitely see the Rams holding the Patriots to 27, which would be a push if the Rams mustered 20. But I do like the Patriots at 28 or above. And again, going back to last week, I love the fact that Green Bay was only 3-3 at the time, knowing that they weren't going to take it easy against a 3-3 Rams team. I actually like the fact that the Patriots, from a motivation standpoint, need to shake this horrible habit of blowing 10-point leads, right? Quarter.
I guess my only concern here is that the Rams, yes, they haven't been scoring, but they have been gaining a lot of yards. They're usually outgaining the people that they're not scoring against. So that doesn't concern you, or is that something you think continues?
I think that's the modern NFL. That's the rules today. It's pretty much hard to stop any team from moving the ball, between the 30s even. But I think that the fact that the Rams haven't scored the touchdowns in the red zone is the big thing these days. And, I don't think any team you could argue is good at. There's rarely no one that gets these 3 and outs like the old, 10 years ago or even 5 years ago.
All right. New England -7, straight from the mouth of Stephen O from AccuScore.com. And I officially am on the side of the people who think Stephen O is great. Thanks so much, Stephen, and we'll talk to you next week.
Much.